Got the labels all calling us, talking to me, but I hang it up, cause I got my fans and I'm proud of us. Never do it for the cameras, song a week and I stamina. Keep it going, I'm an animal, I unleash when they let me loose. I've been ready since like '02, getting my bread, now how about you? 100%, that's all I do, so now please don't talk about me. Sold out shows, that's all I see, yeah, they said no I in team, so I gotta be MVP. Come on. We done came here to party tonight, celebrate for the rest of our lives. All the games, we gon' leave them aside. You know man lie, woman lie, but the money multiply. We came here to party tonight, celebrate for the rest of our lives. All the games, we gon' leave them aside. You know man lie, woman lie, but the money multiply. Hey, never getting too cozy, cause they all coming for me. Used to sleep on a rollaway, now the whole team got the rollies. Roll deep in the Suburban, backseat and she working. This the life that I dreamed about when I couldn't pay the room service. Now it's electric curtains, but I still just scratch the surface. I'ma get right back to working, till I get my mom's the Birkin, till I get my pops the new bands, till I get my bro a few M's, till I got the whole fam, they ain't never gotta go to work again. We done came here to party tonight, celebrate for the rest of our lives. All the games, we gon' leave them aside. You know man lie, woman lie, but the money multiply. We came here to party tonight, celebrate for the rest of our lives. All the games, we gon' leave them aside. You know man lie, woman lie, but the money multiply.
Someone you can rely, who's always on your side. That's why there's Nationwide. That's why there's Nationwide. Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates, Columbus, Ohio.
What? Just 15 seconds to talk about Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea? That smooth taste of real brewed tea with just the right kick of alcohol? What? We started already. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Look for it in the bright yellow cans.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
When it come down to it, I'ma bet on me. Ain't nobody fuck with me mentally. Talking that shit, you dead to me. Cause I ain't got time for my enemies. Told her come through, get ahead to me. Telling that truth, it'll set you free. I ain't like them, cause I'm all I need. When it come down to it, I'ma bet on me. Let me tell you right now, I'm the realest. Ain't nobody else ever do it like I did it. I ain't really had a competition in a minute. And a lot of other rappers out here flying spirit. I'ma stay consistent, feeling like a man on a mission. Ballin' like I play for the Pistons, but I'm Blake Griffin. I'ma switch cities, doing shows. I be living on the road, going all around the globe. When it come down to it, I'ma never settle. I be trying to get the bands like it's heavy metal. I'ma put my foot down, keep it on the pedal. Cause nobody ever gave me shit, I had to go and get it. I've been here for a while like a veteran. Been through a lot, but it turned me to a better man. Everything I do is me and myself. Now I gotta be a legend when I put it on the shelf. When it come down to it, I'ma bet on me. Ain't nobody fuck with me mentally. Talking that shit, you dead to me. Cause I ain't got time for my enemies. Told her come through, get ahead to me. Telling that truth, it'll set you free. I ain't like them, cause I'm all I need. When it come down to it, I'ma bet on me. Hey, this an 8-figure mindset. A lot of people want it, but they scared of the progress. I ain't from the projects, but I got my own story that a lot of y'all couldn't ever really process. Didn't when nobody would've given me a second. Now they all come around giving me a lesson. If you ain't want it back then, you ain't coming where I'm headed. I've been thinking I'm the greatest, even if nobody said it. I'm a spaz on the beat, ain't nobody that compete. In a whole different league, they ain't never catching me. I'm the only one to be calling shots for the team. If I want it, I'ma get it, there ain't nothing stopping me. Put my own money in, I don't own nobody's shit. Every week dropping hits, I don't never gotta miss. Put myself on the line, I'ma always take the risk. When it come down to it, I ain't never call it quits. When it come down to it, I'ma bet on me. Ain't nobody fuck with me mentally. Talking that shit, you dead to me. Cause I ain't got time for my enemies. Told her come through, get ahead to me. Telling that truth, it'll set you free. I ain't like them, cause I'm all I need. When it come down to it, I'ma bet on me.
Motherfucker.
Carson Wentz is gonna be a beast though.
3 and OT. Let's go. sounded a little close for my liking.
Knocked him the fuck out! No way! With the right! Hey, plus 320, dog! With the fucking right here!
Gonzo'S Sports Room starts in 3, 2, 1. What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to GSR Gonzo'S Sports Room. Wednesday, September 1st, 2021. Got a pretty big show today. We'll talk some sports betting today since we had technical difficulty during Easy Money and didn't get to complete that show. So we'll get out our pick of the days for that. Pretty big slate of baseball games for that. Got some big news going on in the NFL. Talk some about Cam Newton being released by the Patriots. Eric's in the room with me today. What's up, Eric?
What's going on, Chris?
And not much. Got a little frustrated about having the internet trouble earlier, but
Yeah, I think that was everywhere where I was at too. There was some internet trouble earlier.
I think Comcast might have their shit fixed.
Yeah, I think it was a multi-person thing that was going on with.
Pay too much for Comcast for it not to fucking work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Excited for some football. Ready to talk some football.
Oh yeah, got college football. Actually, there's a college football game tonight.
What game is that tonight?
It's Jackson. I got it wrote down here. It's Jackson State versus UAB.
That's Alabama Birmingham.
Yep.
I bet that'll be a good game.
And if I remember right, in Jackson State, where primetime coaches.
Might be. That's probably why it's on TV. If that is.
I'm pretty sure it's Jackson State.
Might be right about that.
All right, before we get into the football stuff, let's go through some of these baseball games real quick. And then we'll get some of the football stuff. Since we didn't get to do the easy money, we'll run through this a little quick and get out the picks of the day, then we'll move on to some football. Waiting on the phone to load up here, but first game actually starting right now is the Cincinnati Reds against the St. Louis Cardinals. It's game one of a doubleheader. They got rained out yesterday, so they're playing a doubleheader today. First game starts at 1:10, so yeah, first game starting right now. I'm going to flip over to that game. Hopefully the Reds put it on the Cardinals. But you got the Reds are -1.5 on the run line, -124 money line. Cardinals are +106 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 7. It's moved up. It was at 6.5 earlier. You have Wade Miley on the mound for the Reds. Has a 2.74 ERA. He has went 7 innings in 4 of his last 6 starts. And that's key because today's game is only a 7-inning game.
Oh, yeah, they got a doubleheader, right?
And like I said, he's pitched 7 innings, 4 of his last 6 starts. That means the Reds might be able to do this first game without even having to use their bullpen. That would be huge.
Yeah, Miley's been good.
Yeah, Miley's been good all season. And McCullers.
He's got 112 strikeouts on the year so far.
Yeah, McCullers for the Cardinals, he's only made 2 starts this season coming back from an injury. He looked solid in those 2 starts, but both of those starts was against the Pittsburgh Pirates. So it's
right.
The Reds' offense is totally different, but the Reds' offense hasn't been hot the last couple of days. Hoping that rest yesterday, they come out recharged today. But I like the Reds' money line here.
Yeah, with Miley on the mound
here in game one,
he always gives you a better chance.
Yep. I wanted to get that pick out there before that game started.
Reds' longest streaks in a single season without a loss.
Yeah.
Miley's on 16 right now, which is
Tied with Tom Seaver.
tied with Tom Seaver and Wayne Simpson for third overall. One more and he's up there and he's tied for first.
I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like what's about ready to happen. But anyway, the next game's the Rockies at the Rangers. Rockies are -1.5 on the run line, -142 money line. Rangers are +120 money line. Over-unders 8.5. Colorado's terrible on the road. They've won 3 of their last 6 games on the road.
Texas is terrible in general. But they've been playing decent. They've been playing better.
But the Rockies have won. Freeland's on the mound, and the Rockies have won his last 5 starts. The Rangers have won 3 in a row.
Yeah.
They got Arihara on the mound. He's struggled.
Yeah.
I would lean toward the Rockies, but like I said, it's hard for me to back the Rockies when they're on the road.
This is a game I would not.
They're terrible.
I would stay away from.
Yeah, it's not a game I'm going to have in my
because
pick.
it said the Rangers can either score 14 runs in a game or they're going to have 14 runs put on them in the game.
Fucking Goldschmidt hit a home run.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I knew something happened because the odds changed on me. But next game after that,
He kind of fell off. I mean, not fell off, but he's not producing like he did in Arizona.
No. Next game is San Diego Padres at the Arizona Diamondbacks. Padres are -1.5 on the run line, -220 money line. Diamondbacks are +184 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 9. You have Yu Darvish on the mound for the Padres. Weaver on the mound for the Diamondbacks. Darvish is 0-6 with a 7.01 ERA since the beginning of July.
With the what ERA?
7.01. He's been terrible since July. He allowed 6 hits and 5 runs in 2 innings last time he faced the Diamondbacks.
You think the Rangers wasted him? Like used him up too early?
Oh, no, he pitched pretty good for the Cubs. And then,
all right.
Yeah. You got Weaver on the mound for the Padres. He has a 4.50 ERA. He's making his first start since May, coming back from an injury. But I like the Diamondbacks here at the +1.5. I think it'll be a close game. If they do lose, I think they'll lose by a run. I like the +1.5. And then you have the Houston Astros at the Seattle Mariners. Astros are -1.5 on the run line, -120 or 132 money line. Mariners are +112 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 8.5. You have Odorizzi on the mound for the Astros, Gilbert on the mound for the Mariners. Odorizzi is 6-6 with a 4.46 ERA. He has had 2 back-to-back good starts, only giving up 3 runs and then combined in those 2 starts. Gilbert is 5-5 with a 5.44 ERA, and he's given up 19 runs in his last 3 starts. I like the Astros here against the Mariners at the -132 money line. You got Reds and Cardinals game 2. Reds are -1.5 on the run line on that game. -174 money line. Cardinals +146 money line. Over-unders at 7. You got Happ on the mound for the Cardinals and Sonny Gray on the mound for the Reds. I like the Reds in this game too, with Sonny Gray on the mound.
Even though they're already down 1?
Oh, yeah. They'll get going. Next game is the Yankees at the Angels. The Yankees are -1.5 on the run line, -295 money line. Angels are +240 on the money line. Over-under's at 8.5. Garrett Cole's on the mound for the Yankees. Naughton's on the mound for the Angels. Cole is 13-6 with a 2.80 ERA. And the Yankees bullpen has been good as of late. Naughton, it's his first major league start. And I'm pretty sure Otani's sitting the game out. He's having some arm soreness. But even with him in there, the Angels struggle offensively. I like the Yankees in this game with Garrett Cole on the mound.
Yeah. Right now, it's hard to bet against.
But the minus
Yankees.
295 is a little too steep. And I just don't know if I'd trust the Yankees enough to give up a run and a half.
To give up a run?
Yeah.
A run and a half?
They have to win by at least 2 runs. If you take the minus 1.5 run line. Then you got the Orioles at the Blue Jays. Blue Jays are minus 1.5 on the run line, minus 260 money line. Orioles are plus 215 money line. Over under in this game is set at 10. The Orioles are 6-14. Or excuse me, Harvey is 6-14 with a 6.18 ERA.
They're terrible.
They have the worst pitching team in baseball. Their bullpen has a 5.49 ERA. Blue Jays are 7-4 against the Orioles this season. Matz is on the mound. Excuse me. Matz is on the mound. He has a 1.30 ERA over his last 5 starts. I like the Blue Jays here at the minus 1.5 run line. Let's see. Next game would be Red Sox at the Rays. Red Sox are minus 1.5 on the run line, minus 102 money line. Over-unders at 7.5. The Rays are minus 116 on the money line. Sell is on the mound for the Red Sox. He is 3-0 with a 2.35 ERA. But the Red Sox are dealing with some COVID issues, and their bullpen could be thin tonight. The Rays, you have Rasmussen on the mound. He's only made 5 starts, but since they've started using him as a starter, he's been good. And in those 5 starts, he's only gave up combined 5 runs. I lean toward the Rays here just because the Red Sox aren't healthy. But Red Sox, both these teams' offense can get hot and explode. I kind of lean toward the over the 7.5 on this game as well. Next game, Pirates at the White Sox. White Sox are minus 1.5 on the run line, minus 350 money line. Pirates are plus 280 on the money line. Over-unders 8.5. For the White Sox, you have Rendon on the mound. He's 10-5 with a 2.43 ERA. Opponents are hitting 192 off of him. Kranick's on the mound for the Pirates. He's been struggling. I like the White Sox here at the minus 1.5 run line. All right, let's go ahead and I'll give out my picks of the day, and then we'll move on to some football. All right,
Hate
picks.
that feeling you get when you got to sneeze and you can't, and you're like,
Oh,
either come out or go away.
All right, my picks for baseball today, I like the Astros money line over the Rangers. Or wait a minute, not over the Rangers, sorry, over Seattle. Astros money line over Seattle. I like the Phillies money line over the Nationals. The Blue Jays minus 1.5 against the Orioles. The Arizona Diamondbacks plus 1.5 against the Padres. And then I like the Reds money line in both games. That'd be my picks for today. So that's 6 picks altogether.
Think the Reds are going to take both games today?
Yeah.
They always play each other hard. They're, never can tell with these games.
I think they're going to take both games today. I like the pitching matchups. Offense has to get going. Our offense can't be. Damn,
Jonathan India don't win Rookie of the Year, something's wrong.
Oh, it's robbery. If Jonathan India don't win Rookie of the Year, it's a robbery. Oh
my God!
Run just got robbed on the inside. Wow,
that was way. He was saying, "Hey, Rook, don't get too big for your britches and start walking away like that before I make a call." He was like, I don't know. It kind of tailed at the end.
It's close. It was close.
That was close, but I don't know. Barely caught it. Maybe
it was close. You can't. I mean, you gotta be. That's a pitch you gotta fight off. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if he's not rookie of the year, it's fucking robbery.
That's about as big a robbery as that Paul and Woodley fight.
Oh fuck! I think that was rigged. All right, before we get into some football, don't forget we're live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch with Easy Money, a sports betting show. We're also live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern with GSR Gonzo'S Sports Room. That's also live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all at Gonzo'S Sports Room. Also, check out our YouTube page. Have a lot of content on there. That's at Gonzo'S Sports Room. Please hit that subscribe button.
Especially if you're an independent wrestling fan, there's a lot of good stuff on
there. So we have some big stuff coming, so you don't want to miss out on that. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notifications.
Big announcements coming.
GSR, Gonzo'S Sports Room, and Easy Money, a sports betting show are both available on Apple Podcasts, Anchor Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. About anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can find us. We also have merch available. Check out our merch store. Got a lot of T-shirts, some hoodies.
Just dropped a couple new beanies last night.
Dropped some beanies last night.
For the upcoming winter cold weather here in good old Indiana.
Oh, yeah. Also, we have a donation page at that same link if you'd like to donate to the show to help the show grow. We'd appreciate that as well. You can find that link in our description. It's also going across the bottom of the screen in the ticker, but it's streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports/merch. Go check it out. Get you some GSR and Easy Money gear. And there's a lot of new gear getting ready to hit, so you don't want to miss out on that. Well, all right, let's
or hit us up if you have any recommendations on what y'all would like to see in the merch store.
Oh, yeah.
We can always make that happen for you guys.
Yeah, and any local artist or any musician, hey, we need a couple intros. If you want to make one, send it to us, and hey, we'll play it. We'll give you your props for it.
Yeah, we're looking for some.
But just if you have something, hit us up.
Local talent, in-state talent, not just necessarily Muncie, just local Indiana stuff. We're trying to highlight all local stuff. I mean, obviously other stuff too, but trying to give big props to Indiana-made stuff. So, all y'all out there, all y'all creators, artists of any kind, hit us up.
All right, let's talk some NFL. Patriots released Cam Newton yesterday. Of course, this happened on the day that we wasn't live with GSR. Couldn't have happened today.
I think that was for one reason and one reason only, and I'll tell you what this is. You know how Belichick waited to call his starting quarterback? I think he sat down with Cam and was like, hey, I'm going to start the rookie. What do you think about it? And Cam was like, I don't want to be a backup.
See,
I don't want to sit here behind a rookie.
I could see that might have been what happened.
He was like, you want to stay and be a backup, or you want us to release you and see if you can go get a starting job somewhere else?
Yeah, I think
he probably was like, release me, let me go try to get a starting job somewhere else.
I think definitely Belichick wanted to be the one to talk to him about, not him find out on social media or something like that. And I can see what you're saying.
Scoot up a little bit. You bumped in that, shaking that TV. Oh. I'd hate for that to roll over on your head.
It'd be nice. If my head hurts, maybe the rest of my body will feel better. But anyway,
yeah, I see it some kind of situation like that.
I think they did.
I think
a lot of people think that the Patriots might re-sign him.
Think. Then what would be the whole point of cutting him in the first place?
I'm not sure. Maybe it might.
They can save money.
I was gonna say maybe it saves money or something. I'm not sure. Or maybe they talk to him, and he's gonna
say, "Hey, give you a chance."
And if nobody takes him, he might go there. They might re-sign him as their backup or something. I mean, I don't
see
know.
something like that. All right, who do you think top destination? Where is he going to go, or what's going to happen to him? I've got an idea of a couple of teams in mind that I think he could possibly go to, and maybe help, maybe not.
I don't think he wants to be a backup, so I think that cuts him down to only a couple, maybe a couple teams.
My thoughts exactly.
One being probably the Houston Texans.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I really don't know where else. I mean, right off the top of my head,
I say
maybe Denver, but I think Bridgewater's going to play good for him this year. So I don't know if you think at this point that Newton's a better quarterback than Bridgewater. I don't know. I personally think they're probably pretty close. But I think Bridgewater's a little more. Bridgewater's your safer choice because he's more the guy.
Is he though? Because isn't he a little bit more injury prone though?
Yeah, but he's more the guy that don't turn the ball over.
Yeah. I guess it depends on which way you want to go with your offense.
You can run a more conventional offense with Bridgewater than what you're going to with Cam.
Cam's a little bit more mobile, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, probably. But there was times last year it looked like something was wrong with Cam's arm. Because there was sometimes when throws would come out and just go straight in the ground.
Do you think he would take a backup role?
So I don't know.
On a team that's a contender to get a Super Bowl, though,
I don't know.
Go because I could see
because when you're
let's see realistically like the teams Denver maybe they don't necessarily got a strong. They got Bridgewater and Locke. Is Miami sold on Tua? Yeah. Could they use him there? What about Washington?
See, the rumor is that Miami
and Houston.
Rumor is Miami's interested is still trying to get Watson.
Yeah, and I see it. And if they get Watson, depending on if Tua's in the part of the trade, which I would assume he would be part of the trade, because if not, then that leaves Houston basically without a quarterback. Which who's going to start?
Right now they have Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, that's. Is Cam Newton better than Tyrod Taylor?
I would like to think so. I mean, he used to be.
Yeah, he used to be.
At this point, I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. I think that,
is he better than Fitzmagic?
I don't think so at this point.
Is he better than Tua?
No. Probably. I'm not a Tua fan. I've never been a Tua fan. I thought he was overhyped.
Or does he think that he could go in there and take the job away from somebody like Carr and because
I hate to say it, but I think he's probably done unless one of them places give him a chance to start. His ego, and I don't blame him. He's Cam fucking Newton. Right. You know what I mean? He's always been up here as elite athlete, always been like the guy. And with his personality,
national championship in college.
With his personality, I just don't see him wanting to be a backup quarterback, do clipboard and all that shit all the time. And not just that, motherfucker. But not just that.
Another home run?
Yeah, Cardinals in their fucking home run. If you're new to the show, I'm a big Reds fan. Been a Reds fan. I got Pete Rose tattooed on my leg. I've been a Reds fan since I was fucking born, basically. But I think he's done. I think Newton's probably done because I don't think, and not just his ego, but then say that Miami was to bring Newton in to be the backup. Then soon as Tua throws an incomplete pass, all them fans are going to be calling for Newton. You know what I mean? Just he's such a polarizing guy. It ain't his fault. Yeah. And I'm not saying it bad. I'm just saying any team you put him on as a backup.
Does that sets the starting quarterback up for failure?
That and it puts the coach. You know what I mean? It starts a conversation that it could be a distraction.
Right. That's what I don't understand with these guys. Like, guys got to be realistic, you know, and things like that. I mean, I understand it's hard to, once you've been up there and on top and such an elite athlete for so long,
yeah,
that it's hard. But, like, why wouldn't you go, like, hey, you know, I've been doing this stuff all these years, and I understand the competitive mentality and all that stuff, because I'm pretty competitive about anything I do. And, like, take a year back, sit on a bench somewhere, be a backup, wait. You know, if an injury happens, all it takes is one bad play, and you're a starter again. Go in there, prove your worth, get your stock back up. But that whole year, you can rest your body, rest everything, because you know he needs it. Like, really. He probably needs a rest.
Well, he sat out a whole year.
Yeah, but that's a whole year, like, of him not really being able to train right, though. But just, like, to keep training but not take the physical abuse on your body and then come out next year, you know, clean mental, get all the mental blocks, all the everything that's changing your game, and just focus a year on tweaking your game the right way, getting better at the things that you used to be good at and now it started slipping away from you a little bit. And then come back the next year and
now say he retires, retires, or nobody picks him up. I guess he don't have to retire, but nobody picks him up. You think he ends up doing as a commentator? See, I don't know if I see him as a commentator doing that either.
I don't know.
I see him more out doing shit and probably like fashion and other shit outside of sports.
Yeah, I could see him doing something. Maybe doing something like what all the athletes are doing, you know, now, like getting with another athlete or somebody and like doing a podcast or some kind of show or something like that.
Yeah, I could see him doing something like that, but I don't see him being like on commentator on TV.
Where he has to be to exactly what they say, you know. Because he's you know, pretty loose with what he says sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he has his own opinion, and sometimes his opinion ain't always a popular opinion. But that may be a reason for them to get it for ratings, you know, to be like, so people can be like, oh, I don't like what he said.
Yeah, but that's a lot of the reason that like some of like ESPN and some of these other
that's all some of these other places and Skip are about is, you know, the guys you love to hate.
Because no, I mean, with like saying he might not fit what companies want as a commentator. That's the same thing that like Pat McAfee battles with like ESPN and them places because he's different.
Right.
You don't fit that same mold as all these other boring ass. You know, I mean, there's some good ones, but there's a lot of guys that it's like, come on. And McAfee, dude, if they would have put McAfee on Monday Night Football, that'd have helped ESPN's Monday Night Football so much.
Anywhere you put McAfee is going to help.
Yeah.
The dude's good on the mic. He's entertaining.
Oh, yeah, he's funny.
Like,
he's awesome with WWE as an announcer. I'm
I'm
glad they gave him that opportunity. Him and Michael Cole together are pretty good.
All right, one thing about this camp thing, if he was just to say, hey, you know, it's like starts boiling down to season start and, you know, or after the first week or two, it was like, all right, I'm going to go take a backup role on a contender. somebody that needs a backup that's a decent, or somebody that needs a backup that their quarterback is injury prone. You know, like who do you see him like a wild shot? Like, hey, I'm gonna dare say it. Colts.
I don't think so. I think the Colts.
Cowboys.
I think the Colts like. I think Colts like what they have in Eason and Ellinger. I think they're content with them developing them two guys right now.
Cowboys
since they have
possibly.
Wentz. Cowboys did release all the quarterbacks.
They kept Cooper
Rush.
Rush. Yeah, they released DiNucci and Garrett Gilbert. But for the last, I don't know, sometimes they only run with two quarterbacks, and they'll have one on the practice squad. But and then sometimes they run with three. Because like when they had to run with three last year because Dak was hurt. But I don't know, would a place like Dallas be a big enough draw for him where he would say, "Hey, okay, I don't need to start," because they do have Dak, and I mean, does he think he's better
What
than
about
Dak?
this? Are the Carolina Panthers sold on Darnold?
Get him back?
Would the Panthers try to get him back because they'd be able to get him cheaper now than what they were paying him when they released him?
Could be. This is a time in sports when you're seeing a lot of people return back to places. You know,
Yeah, that's true.
Ronaldo just returned back to Manchester United. Nobody thought that would happen. Hey, you never know. He could go back.
How many games do you think the Patriots are going to win this season with Mac Jones as a starter? You think they make the playoffs this year?
Maybe fight for a wild card depending on.
Yeah,
I mean, because really,
I think that's going to be
this is the problem.
Their chance to make the playoffs. I think will be the wild card because I think Buffalo is going to be the best team in that division.
Probably is.
But I think the Patriots are probably going to be the second best team in that division. I think Patriots are going to be better than the Dolphins. And the Jets, who knows what the Jets are going to be. I'm not really sold on Zach Wilson. Every time I think of Zach Wilson, I think about that BYU game last year against Coastal Carolina in the spotlight. And that dude played terrible that night.
Well, if you ask Stevie, Zach Wilson.
Oh, Stevie thinks Zach Wilson's the best quarterback. He's the best quarterback in this draft, or in that draft, according to Stevie.
Yeah. Stevie thinks he's going to have the biggest future ahead of him. That's for sure.
If you go by what you've seen so far in the preseason, Mac Jones looks like the best quarterback in that class. But I still think it's going to be Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be good. I think Urban Meyer is going to take Urban Meyer a little bit to figure out what works in the NFL and what doesn't. You know what I mean?
I think Justin Fields could possibly, if we have the same conversation.
I kind of like Fields, but you know what my problem with Fields is?
5 to 6 years, if he's not going to be one of them just mainly focused too much on the running aspect that he can do, and then he ends up, RG3 hurt all the time type of shit.
The only problem with Fields isn't even Fields. It's the Bears coach.
Well, I mean, I don't think he's probably going to be there, especially if they have a bad year. I don't think he'll be there much longer.
No, if they have a bad year this year, hopefully he's gone. But
in his whole career, he's not going to have the same coach. So
I don't think
have his opportunity.
I don't think Trubisky is that bad of a quarterback. I think that was more on Matt Nagy's offense, not knowing how to use them. I'm not saying Trubisky's the best quarterback in the league. I think Trubisky could. I do. I think Trubisky has the skills that he could be a quality starter in the NFL if he was with the right coordinator. And Matt Nagy wasn't that right guy.
I think Trubisky started and was given too much of a load too early. If he would have been able to sit.
That coach went away from the run game. When they ran the ball that year and had a run game, Trubisky was throwing the ball good. And then they wanted to go to where they don't even run the ball no more. And then it was like he changed the whole offense. It was a whole offensive approach. Especially when you have a defense like Chicago does. Run the ball and control the fucking game. Your defense is going to keep you in the game. Don't turn the ball over. Don't go 3 and out every fucking time. Is all you got to do. I've never been sold. I just haven't been sold on that Nagy as a coach.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, their offense is terrible. Not terrible, but they've got some guys that they should be better. Like Allen Robinson's a quality receiver, you know.
Yeah, I was hoping the Colts, if he left there, I was hoping the Colts would go after him. I like him.
Montgomery's going to be a good quality back. I'll tell you a guy who I think is going to be a sleeper guy to watch out for is that tight end, Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
I think he's going to, especially with the guy like, if, Dalton comes in. Because if you look last year, when Dalton was starting for the Cowboys, they did a lot of, short yardage passing, little small passes because, they had a lot of injuries on their line last year also, so they didn't have a lot of time. He was trying to get rid of that ball quickly. And the tight ends, which we had Jarwin out last year, and Dalton Schultz did a hell of a job, I think, last year. I wasn't expecting too much from Dalton Schultz last year, and to me, he overproduced a little bit. Like, will he get better? I don't know. Will he be the same now that Jarwin's back? But that just shows you, like, they're going to need a tight end, and Dalton's over there, and Cole Kmet's the tight end, so I think he's going to be used a lot. Same if Fields is in there when he does his little boots are out, little dump offs to the, to the tight end, and the dude's good. Like, keep an eye out for that dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think they definitely have some pieces there. It's just, how good is their line?
Speaking of lines, Bakatari for the Packers is going to start the season on the physically unable to perform list, so he's out at least to week 6.
Is he?
Dude, I think that's going to affect Green Bay a lot. That's one of their.
You think he's probably the best lineman?
He's one of their, and he's definitely probably their best lineman. He's a big. If you look at the stats with him playing and him not playing, there's a big difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, he's out until he's like week 6.
Yeah, hopefully he. Well, not to me. I hope he don't, because I want the Cowboys to go to the division, or not that division.
Packers
but in the
Packers better figure
NFC.
it out. Packers better figure it out this year, because I think.
This will be their last year.
I think this is going to be their last year having Rodgers and having Devontae Adams.
Yep. And if they ain't careful, Jones too.
Yep. I can definitely see Devontae Adams going wherever Rodgers goes. I can see Adams going.
Who do you think is going to be is going to win the Colts division?
Colts.
Over Tennessee? Tennessee they're tough. They're going to be tough, man.
I think they're going to be tough, but I think the Colts are going to be tough.
To me, it all depends on Carson Wentz.
Red scored a red.
2-1.
2-1.
To me, it all depends on
Tucker Barnhart with the RBI single, driving in Votto.
On what Carson Wentz the Colts get.
I think I've been saying
and
this.
I honestly I think that he's going to have a decent year.
I've been saying this. I know people probably think I'm just saying it to say it, but I'm dead serious. I think Carson Wentz is going to be in the MVP conversation this year. I think he's going to have one of his best years he's had. I think he's going to look like he did that year that he was in the MVP conversation before he got hurt. I think if you listen to him talk and stuff, he just seems a lot looser, more. He seems happy. You know what I mean?
Right.
He don't seem all tensed up. He just seems loose. And all the reports are coming out that like all the receivers and his teammates and everybody love him. So I think it's going to be a perfect fit. I really do.
Okay,
and think about this. He's never had a top 10 defense, or he's never had the type of running game
exactly
that he
that's
has
the
now,
big
or
thing.
the other big thing. He's never had the offensive line like the Colts have.
I mean, even the receivers.
Oh yeah, well, I mean yeah.
Because who was his? Aguilar was his main guy.
Which
we had Deshaun Watson.
We're not going to have Hilton for.
Or not Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Jackson for a little bit.
All his starters, well, in Philly, all of his receivers was always hurt the last 2 years. He was throwing the practice squad guys.
Mm-hmm. And Zach Ertz.
I wish the Colts wouldn't gotten Julio, especially now with Hilton. Hilton's going to be out probably 4 or 5 weeks.
Is he?
Back with disc in his back.
This is going to be time for my man Zach Pascal to shine.
Pascal, Pittman. I still ain't
Paris.
I was gonna say I still ain't gave up on Paris Campbell. When he's healthy, he's a game changer.
Yeah,
he just can't. He makes a big play every time he came in the game. He makes a big play, but then he gets fucking hurt. Yeah. But that dude, and he's faster than fuck. He could definitely be a big deep threat for us. He can stretch the field for us.
But I think this year,
Mo Alley Cox is gonna have to have another big year.
This is
and then Doyle. Doyle's just he's just your all around utility guy. He can block. He can catch. He'll make the big third down catch for you in short distance. You know what I mean? He's like
reliable.
He's like your Mr. Reliable. Yeah,
you're not going to get a whole lot more than a baseline from him, but you're not going to get a whole lot less either.
Yeah,
you're going to get that steady, maybe like 30 to 50 yards a game, receiving some good blocks. Yeah. And
I think they should play Nyheim Hines more in like the slot.
And you know what? And I bet you that's what I was just about to lead into. And I was going to say, to me, I think the Colts receiving core, even with their tight ends included, have got a lot to prove.
Yeah.
Because, especially with T.Y. out. Because, T.Y. had something to prove as far as how much does he still have left in the game.
Yeah, T.Y. didn't have a good year last year.
Because, is this the decline of T.Y.? Is this when he starts going downhill? So he had to prove, hey, is he still relevant in the NFL game as a receiver, as a top receiver? Then you got Michael Pittman coming in. Is he relevant as a high of a draft pick? And he's everybody knows his dad.
He showed also, flashes of it last year.
Right. And he's got the name, second generation NFL athlete. So he has something to prove. Paris Campbell has something to prove because he's been injured the last 2 years.
Healthy.
Can he stay healthy and make a difference? Yeah. Mo Alley Cox, he had a decent season last year. Can he do it again?
If I'm the Colts, I put both running backs in the backfield and Nyheim Hines out in the slot. And dude, stop me. You have so many options because Mack and Taylor can both catch the ball. Mm-hmm. And Mack's going to be fresh, dude. You know what I mean? He's coming off a year of... He's been rehabbing, but here the last few months, he's just been concentrating on football.
I can't believe it.
I was surprised that he stayed.
To me, he's been they kind of did him dirty, though, because they act like Mack was not a good running back, Taylor came in and killed it, dude. But Mack was killing it, too. To me, they're about equal as far as talent-wise and everything.
But They gave Mack a contract this year, then if he has a good year, he'll get paid.
Yeah, but are they going to give him? How are they going to share that backfield, especially with Hines?
Oh, dude,
that's why I said Hines needs to go to
Reich. The way Reich does, you never know which running back's going to be in there. Taylor would run 2 or 3 13-yard runs, and you might not see him the rest of the fucking half. He might have the other guy in there. You never know with Reich.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How are they going to work that? Because all 3 of them backs are good,
I think you're going to see Hines use more the slot as a receiver, I think.
He should be, especially with T.Y. out.
He's better, and honestly, he's better in that spot to me. He's better if you can give him the ball out in the open because he's elusive, he's quick.
Because
he's better there.
He's too small sometimes. Whenever he's trying to run it, and they do run off tackles or run,
I think he's better getting the ball out in space.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes he gets taken down easy on a run. Whereas far like a Taylor or
Yeah.
Mac, like it's hard for one guy to take them down one on one. All like unless it's like an Aaron Donald or somebody like crazy, just a good ass defensive guy, one of the top defensive guys. But just like your old regular average defensive guy that's on a team, it's going to be hard for them to take down a Mac or a Taylor just one on one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Taylor's a fucking.
Yeah, he's a beast. But so was Mac. That's just like everybody just threw Mac out like he was yesterday's newspaper
Mac
to
was,
me. Like
no, he was right there as one of the best backs in the league.
But like on fantasy and everything, they're like, don't touch this guy, do not draft him. He's not gonna do. He was like projected to have like 3 points, like 200 yards on the season or something like. I'm like,
some of that they don't know how he's going to come back from injury, but they overreact on that.
Yeah,
too.
I mean that's anybody. That's Christian McCaffrey just had a big injury, and he's still rated the number 1 running back. Like, do we really know if Christian McCaffrey's going to be the exact same? I mean, chances are yes, he probably is, but it goes every way. Like,
look at the scoreboard.
I don't think you write off Mac just
look at that
because Taylor had a
scoreboard.
good.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh shit! The Reds done come out on top.
They just gave up a base hit. That's the thing about Miley. He might give up little base hits, but it's usually ground balls like that. I'm surprised he gave up them homers that he gave
Yeah,
up.
and that most of the time
Farmer
ain't a
usually
base
gets
hit.
to though.
Yeah,
Farmer just couldn't get to it, but he's usually.
that just squeaked right outside of his glove.
Who do you think's going to win the Offensive Rookie of the Year this year in the NFL? Got Trevor Lawrence, Mac Jones, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance. Only reason Fields is on there because we don't know. I mean, you put Fields on there too, just like Lance, because we really don't know when Lance is going to start either. I think Trevor Lawrence, but Mac Jones has looked impressive as well.
I don't know. That's going to be a tough one. I'm going to say Jamar Chase or Jalen Waddle.
Okay. You're saying it's not going to be a QB, okay? I mean, it could be.
Watch out for one of them wide receivers, a Chase or a Waddle. Because I think, who do they really have? Now,
if Jimmy G gets hurt and Lance plays, he could have a good chance because San Francisco has a good team around him. But I don't know how good that. Oh, it's Lance already. He didn't have a whole lot of college experience and stuff. I don't know how far along he is.
Same thing kind of you can say with Justin Fields also. What week does he start? If he starts week 6, it's going to be hard for him to. If he starts week 3 or something, he's got a chance, depending on how he plays. Yeah. That's kind of. Right now, if you had to make like a bettor's guess, like just a straight head decision, you have to probably go with Trevor Lawrence. I would say.
I think they're
he has better receivers.
I think Urban Meyer they'll figure out the offense down there. I really do. It might take a couple games, but they'll get it figured out.
I don't know about his running game. If Jacksonville's running game is better than the Patriots, they're kind of about even maybe. Now you got James Washington.
Anybody get Minshew?
Yeah. The Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
Traded for him.
Yeah, the Eagles got Minshew.
Yeah.
Does that mean, do you think they just got him to have another backup, or do you think that they might be having some second thoughts on Jalen Hurts?
Let me see something.
I think they're having some second thoughts about Jalen Hurts.
Did they kept 3 quarterbacks, huh? Because I'm looking at the Eagles waived list, and I'm not seeing Joe Flacco on there.
Yeah, so they must still have Flacco on there right now.
So they must be keeping three quarterbacks. I think with a guy like Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, you have to have a good backup. because they're mobile guys. And what's the history of mobile guys like that? They always go down, at least for some period of time. They're going to get hurt. If you're going to miss time.
Yeah. If you took
more than likely at some point they do. And I think that is like, do we want to, focus on Joe Flacco as our backup? I mean, yeah, he's a proven guy. He's got a history. He's been there, done that. But is that the guy really you want to depend on? Or can you go out and make a trade for Minshew in case? Could be a little bit of both. Could be they're not 100%, so maybe they're like 50 or like 75%.
I think
66%.
I think they might be having some doubts about Hurts.
They could.
Because you got to remember, this coaching staff didn't
draft him.
Yeah, they didn't draft Hurts.
Yeah. I think Hurts could be decent. He did good whenever he came in.
Could, but I think he's one of the guys that could have benefited a lot by having a year to learn and before coming in.
If he would have never played last year, this year, I think he would have had a chance to maybe do. But I don't know. Them few games last year probably boosted his confidence, and the fact that Carson Wentz took off running out of town also.
Cardinals are fucking beating up on Wade Miley today, dude.
So.
Yeah.
I don't know, but is Minshew a guy that you're good enough to be like, hey, or is he just
he showed flashes in Jacksonville, but what would he? So I mean, what would he do if he had better weapons? You know what I mean? If you put him in a better situation,
is he a guy that you would even consider giving the starting job to, or is he just a quality backup?
Yeah, but I don't think the Eagles are a much better situation than what the Jaguars was. Might be worse now.
I mean, they do got Devontae Smith. I mean, he's going to be a good receiver in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
More than likely. I mean, they got, I guess you could say, 2 reliable tight ends. I mean, if you're going to have a young quarterback who's a mobile runner, that's kind of what you want, right? I mean, they said, Ertz is getting up there in age, and he is starting to decline a little bit in talent because he was hurt a lot last year. But, it's Ertz. He's still going to, if you need him, he's still going to be able to make a play.
Yeah.
And then that Dallas Goddard, whatever, he played really well last year. So I think he's going to be a bigger part of their offense than Ertz is.
I do too.
So, and then now he's got a big play receiver, but they still don't really have much of a running game.
Yeah.
Who's their running back? Miles Sanders. Is he?
Is this coach they brought in, which he's from the Colts? He was the offensive coordinator, but is he? Is he the guy? Some of his press conferences, he hasn't made himself look very good.
Yeah. I don't know.
What
about somebody like Devontae Smith?
And with the Colts,
could he be up there for a Rookie of the Year?
How much input did he? He was the offensive coordinator, but how much input did he have in the offense? Because Reich calls the plays.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is he going to try to call the plays for the Eagles too? That Sirianni?
Did he get his position just because of shine off of Reich? The shine off of Reich, caught him some, so it made him look good by association.
Fucking McVay got 5 coaches hired just because.
To me, that's
because
Bjorkman.
Just because they knew McVay. Hell,
that was Bjorkman.
The
Pacers.
You drink coffee with Sean McVay? Okay, come on, you be the coach of the Cincinnati Bengals. Let's go. You know what I mean? It was crazy.
To me, that's how Bjorkman got the job. It was you were the assistant from when, because the Raptors won last year. Yeah, come on, let's be our head coach.
Like that dude from, I lost my thought. It was about McVay.
Oh yeah, who else went?
Oh, the coach for the Cardinals. Dude got fired in college, goes to go be the offensive coordinator at USC, and then the next day is the head coach of the fucking Arizona Cardinals. Kingsbury.
Oh yeah, he was. But like to be fair, he was a decent. I used to watch him a lot because I like Tech.
Oh, his offense was always good. But he had a losing record as a.
Yeah, he was
in
at
college
Texas
as a
Tech.
head coach.
They'd
always score points, but
when you're in that they was always offensive team. They always had, they could score 40 points a game, but they're going to give it 42.
Their defense was
like
brutal.
And you're playing the likes of, UT, TCU, Alabama, or Oklahoma.
Yeah.
All them teams in the Big 12. Baylor, A&M, every week, and you got a shitty defense, you're not going to fare very well. They was putting up points, but they couldn't stop them.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about this real quick before we get out of here. A lot of people think that one of the reasons Cam Newton got released by the Patriots is because he wouldn't get the vaccine, and that he had COVID last year, and he had to sit out 5 days because of the misunderstanding or whatever. A lot of people think that's why they got released. I don't think that was why, but I did read a thing where the NFL is actually giving teams incentive to stay away from unvaccinated players. There's probably going to be a big argument or probably some kind of class action suit or something because
the NFL Players Association is probably
you can't come out and just say, hey, we're not interested in you because you didn't get vaccinated. You know what I mean?
That goes against like the equal opportunity.
That's gonna be crazy
stuff. Like
it's go. You know how big that's? Oh, that's crazy. Yeah.
That's almost like saying, "Hey, you can't be here because you're Catholic or, you're Muslim or you're, Jewish or whatever. You're like, because you're a Methodist."
Yeah. Ate him up. Ground ball.
That's like saying,
up.
we're not gonna sign you because you're a Democrat. We're not signing you because you're Republican. Like something like that. Your own personal choice, stuff like that.
I don't understand why people get so caught up in that.
I mean,
I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican or a unicorn. If you fucking treat me with respect, I'm gonna treat you with respect back. You're not gonna always. Everybody's not gonna agree on every fucking thing.
Right.
So you gotta quit getting offended because somebody has a different opinion than you. Hey,
and there's too much stuff out there.
It's an opinion. It's not a fact.
Right.
That's the biggest problem. Everybody wants to take opinions as facts. No, it's an opinion. Yeah. There's a difference between a fucking fact and an opinion.
All this, everything political is just crazy because it's like, the red side, the blue side, you know what? How can you not understand that all you guys are the exact same? One president, one politician from one side, one politician from the other side. It does not matter. They all work for the same place.
Did he tag him? Let's see.
There ain't nothing different.
Yes.
Your people ain't making no difference. Your people ain't making no difference. Everything's like, they're all just trying to divide us. Like, come on now, just understand that. Like, there's so many more similarities with everybody. How about we focus on the similarities with each other?
And it's not worth
and not worry about the differences with each other.
And it's not worth not talking to family and shit over.
Yeah.
Because one day, hey, something could happen and you ain't gonna have that chance to talk to that family no more.
Right. Let's all focus on our similarities and be like, hey, yeah.
Politics ain't that deep. I mean, come on.
Because them people don't really, honestly.
Them people don't care nothing about
They don't
us.
know you. They don't care about you. They don't.
All they care about is lining their pockets.
Exactly. At the end of the day, we're still going to be the same
Yeah.
space, the same thing, no matter what color is in power. So I try to just stay out of all of it.
Yeah, that's what I do. Like I said, I don't care who you
I
are.
don't like none of the politicians.
You treat me with respect, I'll treat you with respect. I don't care like if you're Democrat, Republican, fucking like I said, a unicorn, a fucking alien.
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck. If you treat me good, I'm gonna treat you good. It's just that's how I was raised. Treat people with respect.
Yep.
But all right,
Exactly.
before we get out of here, I gotta grind. No, let's give a shout out to Justin Starling for the song "Grind." Make sure you check him out on Spotify. Also, we use a lot of music from Bazanji. Make sure you check him out on Spotify as well. They both put out some bangers. Don't forget we're live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern with Easy Money and Sports Betting Show. Come join us. We're giving out winners. That shows on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Also, we're live at 1 p.m. Eastern Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with GSR Gonzo'S Sports Room. Come join us for that. It's always entertaining. Hopefully, or at least we hope it's entertaining anyway. We think it is. But anyway, follow us on social media. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all at Gonzo'S Sports Room. You can also find GSR, Gonzo'S Sports Room, and Easy Money, a sports betting show in podcast form on Apple Podcast, Anchor Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast. About anywhere you find podcasts, you can find us. Check out our merch store. Got t-shirts. Just dropped some new beanies last night.
Let us know if there's anything you'd like to see.
Go check out the What's Up Motherfucker t-shirt. It's up on the screen. Go check it out. We also have the GWR t-shirt. Go check that out. We have hats, beanies, hoodies, long sleeve t-shirts. More stuff's dropping. Just keep checking it out. There's also a donation page at that same link. If you'd like to donate to help the show grow, that'd be great. If not, hey, that's cool too. We just appreciate you hanging with us and watching. Hit that follow button, the subscribe button.
That bell so you get the notifications.
Yep. And the link for the merch store is streamlabs.com/Gonzo'S Sports/merch. You can find that in the video description, or it's also in the bottom of the screen on the ticker. We got some pretty big shows coming up, so make sure you stay tuned. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. for Easy Money, and we'll see you guys again Friday for GSR. Keep an eye on our social media for some announcements coming up.
We got some big things going on here soon.
You got anything else before we get out here, Eric?
Keep an eye out for everything coming out. We got some stuff happening. Got some good talks coming up, and see what it.
We got some tricks up our sleeve.
Now everybody be safe out there. Be kind to everybody.
Hey,
thanks for tuning in.
It's a Wednesday. That means we're halfway through the week, almost to the weekend. Give a shout out to Billy Buffer for the Stoner Thoughts as well. Check him out on Netflix on Spotify. On Spotify. Fuck.
He ain't on Netflix.
I don't think he's on. He might be, but I don't think so. But he's definitely on Spotify.
Yeah.
That's a great way to end the show.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. for Easy Money. See you back Friday for both shows. Hope everybody is having a great week. Peace.
You're leaving soon, so baby run away to the moon. Stoner thoughts buzzing up my brain, wondering if I'll make it or am I going insane. And then everybody they tell me I should stay in my lane, but my best is yet to come, so I swear to God I'ma stay. Yeah, baby, hit me up with them facts. Tell me that you gon' love me and never go hold me back, cause I swear to God the bitches who do that shit shit to me whack. Who gon' treat me like I'm special, then leave my ass in the past, fuck. I've been working hella hard for the dollar. On a mission going far, make them holler. I ain't tryna be another white collar, so I'm stacking up, tryna be a baller. Now everybody tryna say they know me, they don't know the background story. Ooh, I had to grind for this shit, for the glory. I take my time, I don't quit, or the more G. Ay, well, and I'm a stoner. I don't wanna go to school, wanna be a loner. I just wanna chill at the crib, I don't know her. I just wanna thrill, wanna live like a roamer. Run away, run up to the moon. Baby, run away with a goon. Yeah, I know that you're leaving soon. So baby, run away to the moon. Stoner thoughts, buzzing up my brain. Wondering if I'll make it or am I going insane? And then everybody, they tell me I should stay in my lane. But my best is yet to come, so I swear to God I'ma stay. Yeah, baby. Hit me up with them facts. Tell me that you gon' love me and never gon' hold me back. Cause I swear to God the bitches that do that shit to me whack. Who gon' treat me like I'm so special?